Hey Krafty Friends, this is Jen from Cotton Crafts, and welcome back to my next installment as April's guest designer for Trinity Stamps. In this week's project, I'm showcasing their Love You Bunches stamp set. It's such a pretty stamp with so many possibilities. First, I stamped my images onto 140-pound watercolor paper with StazOn jet black ink. Then I stamped again with VersaMark ink using my stamp platform, so then I have a perfect placement. Then I decided to heat emboss with clear Hero Arts embossing powder, and that gives it a little bit of like a lip so that the watercolors stay right inside the areas a little bit easier for you. And so I stamped several images so I could cut some of the flowers out so I can create dimension. And then I started to paint all the images with watercolors. One panel I decided to leave completely intact, while the other panel I fussy cut out the 3 flowers. And a little later on in the video, you'll see why I did that. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit faster and get all this watercoloring done. But you can see that little scrap piece of paper I left on the side. I will eventually put all the colors that I used so you can see that guide. Plus on my blog and Trinity's blog, you can see all the colors written out for you. So watercoloring is a little bit out of my comfort zone. I really do enjoy it. I just don't do it that often. I definitely tend to use Copic markers more. So I was trying to lately, this has been my goal, is to think outside my box and to use different mediums. I have a lot of this stuff, and it's just, I kind of get in that rut of doing the same thing over and over. So like I said, I've been challenging myself to get out of the box. I've tried alcohol inks recently. I've tried shimmer powders. You're going to see me try some on this card. And now I wanted to try some watercoloring. And like I said, I have all the supplies, like, you know, all of us kind of do. I'm love to buy and kind of hoard my stash and watch it grow and organize it. But now I've really been trying to put time and effort into actually using it because, you know, it feels good to use it. It's very therapeutic, especially now that we all have a little bit more time on our hands. This has definitely been good for me. So as you can see, I went and put a base of several different shades of green on the leaves, and then I added a little bit of yellow for just some shadowing effects and some blending. And then I'm painting that little flower. And that's not the color that I end up using with that one. I went with a little bit more orange. And now I wanted to get even more sparkle on this card. So I took some VersaMark ink and I went ahead and covered the whole entire flower with that. And then I used Brutus Monroe's Rainbow Sparkle embossing powder, and I embossed that, heat embossed it, and you wouldn't believe the sparkle that leaves. It's really beautiful. And then I just trimmed off the leaves after I heat embossed those. I just left them there to be able to hold on to something when I was embossing. Putting that all up, trimming it out. And that was another project you can see, the kind of up there in the corner. I did some shimmery powders on that, and I haven't finished that panel yet, but I will in the future. And so now I'm just fussy cutting out those flowers, like I said, that I was going to. And now you can see some of the fun shimmer powder magic that happens. I sprinkled a little violet brocade and Atlantis burst, and then I spritzed it with water, and isn't that just absolutely magical? I love it. And then I heat it with the heat gun, or just kind of like hit it with the heat gun and sop up those puddles. And you could just, yeah, I absolutely love the effect that I'm getting with those. And then I trimmed it down to 5 1/4 by 4, and I attached it to an A2 size piece of Bazzill cardstock in light purple. And I just wanted to make sure that those edges, because the thickness of the water paper kind of gives it a little bit hard to get it in the corners to stick down. So I just put a little extra liquid glue there as well. And then this is why I cut out the extra flowers. I put on glue dots in different dimensions, or actually foam dots, sorry, in different thicknesses, so I can get a different dimensional effect with the flowers. And then there you have it. So I love all the dimension that I was able to achieve in this project, and I really love the stamp. I haven't done a lot with florals, but when I saw this, I knew that I really had to check it out and try it. So this was, I really did like it. I loved the watercoloring. I liked the dimension, the sparkle. I loved everything about it. And to finish, the finishing touches I did on the card were the Sentiment I Love You bunches, and then a few of the melted icicles from Trinity in the confetti mix. Thanks so much to Trinity Stamps for having me as April's guest designer. I've really enjoyed myself working with their wonderful products. I hope that I get invited back in the future for more fun. Please visit Trinity's blog. The link is below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Thank you so much for all your support. Stay safe and keep crafting.